Okay, gotta start this video with an apology. Sorry. Our audio quality is not very good.
What'd I do?
It's Joe's fault.
Joe touched the thing.
Hashtag OJ's fault. Actually, it's all of our faults. We didn't check our audio, and we lost our audio. Thankfully, it was recorded.
Yeah, all the audio is.
The cameras. Now, the camera's audio is not very good.
Hence why we upgraded.
Right. But, guys, I just want to preserve our first reactions because we usually do our reviews. We're like one of the only ones that does it right after we see it. You know what I mean? And we were excited. We were, into it. And just to like, re-record all this shit over again,
We would forget what we
said.
said.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
So I want to apologize about the audio.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, well, some people are like, but I understand because look at how far we've come on audio. You can compare this audio with that audio.
Way better.
So we're going old school. We're being transported to 2008. And,
this is a multiverse, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
multiverse where we didn't have audio.
That's what it
Different
is.
timeline.
We never upgraded our audio. So you do
What
get,
if?
you do get used to it after a bit. Sorry again, but I just want to
Yeah.
say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting the show. Patreon, YouTube, join button, Twitch, however you do it, subscribe, everything. You guys are awesome. So we wanted to preserve our first reactions, and this is it. I hope you guys enjoy. This will be a one-off thing. We will double-check. Joe check, then I'll check, then Alex check, and it was bound to happen, right? 1,000 episodes of the AngryJoe show.
OBS.
And here we go.
Yes.
So, anyways, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Well,
It's a little crazy.
I'm, This is my screen.
You ready?
No,
You part of the Kang gang?
I am.
Literally anything could happen at this point. This episode opens up the next 5 years of the MCU. I never thought that they would do it in a television show, but they did it. And so I wonder if moviegoers are going to be lost if they don't watch this show. But they fucking did it. The multiverse is here. Motherfucking Kang is up in the house. I did not, I was like, oh, please don't do a Miss Minutes villain or a, Loki is the main bad guy or something like that. Another Loki variant. I was hoping for Kang, and I got Kang. Not exactly the Kang that I expected.
I was like, wait, what's going on? Oh,
Okay, yeah, because I was a little disappointed at first, but then when we see what the hell's going on, this episode basically... Oh, let me first say thank you for watching. If you want to support the AngryJoe show and you want us to do future reviews on Season 2, it has been announced. Please support us through Patreon or YouTube. Join button, that's where we get the direct support and bringing more of these episodes. But I'm just kind of blown away because this is crazy. They've introduced the villain. I look at this as, you remember when Thanos was kind of teased for a few seconds, and that was kind of tied to Loki. And now Loki has now introduced our sort of next big phase villain. And it's all fucking Loki's fault. Loki, the other Loki, it's Loki, it's Sylvie. Sylvie fucked it all. You done fucked it up, Sylvie. God damn it. Loki tried to save the timeline. Said, let's think about what's going on here. Because the climax, the thing with Kang, it's not a traditional CGI fest where we're punching and we're beating the fuck out of everybody. In fact, for much of the episode, we're just sitting in a fucking chair talking, and so it's a little cerebral and a little talking.
Explanation.
A lot of explanation, talking about different timelines, the history, the big reveal, and I liked it. I thought maybe the actor for Kang was overacting a little bit, and sometimes it felt a little forced to me rather than eccentric as it was supposed to be. But by the end, I kind of realized, this is kind of a different Kang, and we are going to get unlimited Kangs. We're going to get
Kang gang.
Kang Gang. There you go. He's starting it now. We're gonna go Kang Gang. Man, I was trying to search for a shirt and I couldn't find a shirt. I just found the villains. Maybe we should do our own shirts for every season we review and our own merch. Because Loki is fucking cool. I want a Loki shirt. What's that?
I want to be the alligator Loki.
You want to make a Loki alligator shirt, Joe?
Yes.
Let's see if Rhodes Apparel Chad can come up with something. Chad does our merch. Anyways, so yeah, just fucking crazy. Now, as a ending, this isn't really an ending. It's more like a beginning. And so in that sense, I'm like, oh man. But I'm also like, oh man. You know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult.
It's like I was confused yelling.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to. I mean, we literally just saw this 3 seconds ago. That's how we do all our reviews. That's how pro we are. No, you're supposed to sit down and but no, these are first impressions. So, anyways, I'm excited. Let me kick it to you guys.
Okay, the first things that my negatives are. This is already in spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It was
we're
only
in
40
spoilers.
minutes. I wanted.
Yeah, fuck that
an
shit.
hour.
47
Come on.
minutes.
Well, that's
But
with
yeah,
that's
five,
with credit,
five
yeah.
minutes of credits.
It's in the
40.
intro.
Fuck!
But it was like a 40 minutes. I was like, no, give me.
Fuck!
Like it's the last one.
Yeah.
All right, give me
me
another
some more.
20 minutes.
Give me
something. Okay, there's that. And then there's the ending with Mobius says like, "Who are you?" I was like, "Wait,
God damn it, our lighting
why
changed.
did our lighting change?"
We go just change the temperature.
Give us 1 second. Fucking Kang messing with the multiverses changed our lights all to yellow.
Which one is it?
Nobody
Just
hit
turn the
any
knob.
button.
To increase the
So-
K.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to Kelvin. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Keep
Yes.
going. Keep on. We're good. Alright.
Okay,
Friggin'
back.
Kang. I'm not editing it out.
3 things I didn't like.
Yes.
The time. I
Huh?
wanted more time.
More time.
Yeah, more time. And
Run time.
at the very end, Mobius didn't know who Loki was. I was like, no! What is going on? He got sent to the wrong timeline. And then.
Well, how's that a negative? That's a.
But
that's
no,
an
just
intrigue.
like, no, come on. And then my third is his jet ski.
No!
We said if no jet ski, we fucking riot.
No,
And I'm ready.
fucking-
Yes, those are my only 3 negatives. I'm nitpicking, but yeah, I love this one. This was
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna get a motherfucker. We're gonna get a jet ski. I guarantee you. In
Everyone
season 2.
wants it. It's
After
a
what's
fan
happening
service
now,
now.
and how after this has been successful, I guarantee you we're gonna see a jet ski. Maybe an alternate Mobius in a different time branching. Because there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of timelines branching everywhere. Multiverses are going crazy. I guarantee you they're gonna show in season 2. If not. 0 out of 10. There's
Yeah.
going to
Then
be
we write-
Owen Wilson on a
Man.
goddamn jet ski, and that timeline he's already riding it, and he's like, wow, maybe I don't want to ride a jet ski, or maybe I will ride a jet ski. So
This is-
I think that's season 2. We're okay. So Alex,
Yeah, I think it was great. I think they spent a lot of time explaining a very complicated subject matter. Like, we talked about multiverses and explaining there's a multiversal bad guy setting up
Yeah.
this whole thing. And I think
I
they did
don't
a
know if my
wonderful.
parents are gonna understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I
This is,
mean,
you know, traditional.
It's
punch
not
and-
that complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're not paying attention, sure. One thing that I do see rubbing some people the wrong way, as you mentioned before, is they announced a long time ago that you won't need to have watched the Disney Plus shows to understand the cinematic
That was a lie.
multiverse. That is a fucking lie. Even if we have the guy from Ant-Man doing like a quick 5-minute rundown of everything.
Yeah,
that
and
happened,
in
like,
every fucking
Yeah,
film
it's
that
not-
we're gonna see
it's
Kang
not
in,
gonna- it's not
there's
gonna-
got to be a 5-minute rundown. It's gonna be fucking annoying.
Yeah, but I think the acting was great, the music was great. I really appreciate the dialogue. Now, we didn't get the satisfying ending
No.
because this wasn't an ending, right? This is just it's a cliffhanger until the end. So it's like, yes, it doesn't feel, like crunchy and satisfying at the end,
Yeah.
but it's still really good all the way through.
I was upset about that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but I really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed I was a little fooled because when we were presented with these ideas, they were little self-contained store. I don't know if they ever said self-contained, but they would be like one season, one-offs, one-shots. Is how it was sold, but they're not. They're super integrated into everything, and there's potential for there to be additional seasons. Now, It seems as if the show was made with there was never an intention for it to be one season.
No, it
That's the way the show went, and I'm a little betrayed by that, you know. And if it was intended to be one season, and they were kind of seeing if they can get a second season, that was not a satisfying ending, you know. If everything was going to be, but that's not how it was working.
Yeah.
They always intended it to then go into all of the films, all of the future television shows, and open up the next Thanos as the King. Because there are way too many open, loose threads.
Yes.
And it is guaranteed. They announced it, in fact. There's no stinger at the end, which again I was disappointed with. But there was a stamp that said Loki will be returning in a season 2. So a lot of it can be forgiven, you know, in my opinion, knowing that it was always intended to be a season 2. It was always intended to filter into, you know, the other movies. But, you know, my expectations were set in a different spot. But that doesn't take away at all. It just was showing that I was like, whoa, this subverted my expectations. So, all right, so let's just jump right in. So at the beginning of the, I fucking loved it, by the way. I didn't need a big fucking climactic battle at the end, though we did get some sword fighting between the two Lokis as Kang's speech kind of convinces, you know, at least Loki that maybe we should, you know, figure out, because if we kill him, there's going to be
He's like, I know
a ton of Kangs.
He's not lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she can't trust, and then he can't be trusted. It was, you know, it makes sense. And then fucking Loki does the thing, and the other Loki fucking does the thing, and goddamn it, Loki, you fucked up. So now we've got the real Kang. Well, actually, I think the premise is multiple villain Kangs. Not just one Kang is coming who's going to kick everybody's ass, but, you know, because think about it, Quantumania is not coming until 2023. So, and he's been cast in that. Mm-hmm. So is he going to be, that's going to be the real Kang, or is it going to be an offshoot villain Kang? Because you can kill a Kang, and in a movie, season 2 of this show is going to come out, I think, before Quantumania. And then you've got Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. And how is that going to affect you? Are we going to see a Kang in there? So I think that they could kill a Kang, and they're like, we did it! And then boom, another Kang shows up. Boom, another King shows up.
Doctor Strange, he's like the janitor. He's like, fuck, I gotta clean this shit up again. Fuck, I gotta clean this up again. Like, guys, stop it.
Doctor Strange.
Stop it.
They have mentioned that they're not going to take this phase and stretch it out as long as the Thanos phase, right?
Really?
We know that they're not going to
do
it. Positive. Feige said it, that they're not going to do a 10-year-long thing.
That's crazy, because this does seem like a 10-year.
It's really easy though, if like through like the different Kang lore, that there's like hierarchies of Kangs. There's like the Immortus Kang, there's Kang the Conqueror, and it's really going to be easy for them to be like, look, Immortus is dead. We just killed him. He's gone. We don't have to worry about him.
The protective version.
Yeah, and then Kang the Conqueror can just be like, look, yes, there was technically infinite Kangs, but I murdered most of them. And then now we've got like, there will be a couple Kangs, but there doesn't have to be infinite Kangs for a decade.
Yeah.
So
if you go that far, he's going to be disappointed. He has to be on the level threat as Thanos.
Oh, I mean, he's surpassed Thanos. I mean, the ending of this show just dwarfs anything with the Infinity Gun. Like, you want Infinity Gun? We don't give a shit. I got infinite timelines to worry about. It's like nothing that
your
purple idiot did matter.
Your Infinity Gauntlet doesn't work in this fucking this universe here. And by the way, I have 1,000 other universes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hit it. Nobody cares about the Infinity Gauntlet. But that's fucking crazy, because the Infinity Gauntlet is fucking powerful, and in that universe, you're a piece of shit, Kang. Like, in that specific thing, if I've got the Infinity Gauntlet, Kang's a little bitch. You know?
Well, he wasn't born yet.
Yeah, but... Well, yes, okay, so... That's too much. Too much. Ready? Here we go. So, at the beginning of the episode, you got all voices and moments from the series, and then other, movies and things, kind of showing that this is going to be opening the multiverse. The doors open for them in this citadel at the end of time, and boom, we get a jump scare. Miss Minutes comes. She looking real like fucking sinister, and they kind of played into some of the people were like theorizing that she might be I'm like, that's the dumbest theory I've ever heard.
No, I would no.
But they do get a little carrot to those people, and she is, explaining things. Hey, congratulations, y'all, you made it. And Tara Strong, who does, Harley in the animated Batman's, just does a great job. And she's like, okay, my boss, kind of thing, is like wants to offer you all a deal, blah blah blah. They don't trust it. They're like, whatever. And they move on, and they go towards, she's like, the elevator opens, we see Kang. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be cool. I thought they were going to do Loki, and then he was going to change forms, and it was going to be like a Kang all along, right? Like a ultimate Loki, King Loki. Because I thought we saw images of Loki in the Avengers situation, so I kept thinking that we would go, redo the Avengers line where he wins or something like that, and we would see all that. But no, we stay in the Citadel at the end of time, and Kang reveals himself, and he is super fucking casual. He's just, hey guys, let's come meet me in my office. You guys
some tea.
Pour some tea. But when they go in the elevator, they've got their knives out. They're ready to kill him, and then of course Sylvie takes a swipe at him, just fucking teleports like he wasn't even there in the first place. And I guess he wasn't even there in the first place, and then he's up in the elevator, and the elevator goes up. Meanwhile, while he's about to have this meeting with the two Lokis, he sends some information to Renslayer, who's just freaking out. She's got a scene. Mobius shows up back at the TVA to sort of take things in the right direction, take over, and Renslayer is just kind of, going crazy. She's losing control, and she's like, I've got to find, free will or some bullshit here. And he's like, but we're trying to, create free will and stuff. And she's like, no, I gotta find.
She got booty called.
I don't know.
Kang sent her a message saying, hey, we're starting this shit up, meet me here. And then that's how they're going to team up, and there's going to be the love interest. And
Right, because she does say, I'm going to go search for free will. Only one person has free will, so it is a booty call, I think.
Well, Kang sent her to the place where to go. He specifically said Miss Minutes. She's like, no, I'm not sending you what you asked for. This is where you're going. And so...
Yeah, my boss says this is more.
Again, showing her, she does not have free will. She's kind of locked under his control. She's brainwashed by this kind of stuff. And she believes that he is the key in order for her to then find happiness. So yeah, you're right. They'll probably restart in another area. We don't really know what's going to become of Renslayer, and that thread is left open, unfortunately. So Mobius then has to mobilize, the TVA to kind of monitor what's happening. And they're a little scared too, because it's like this, did we make the right decision? I think we did. It's just like, what is fucking gonna happen? Anyways, so what we have here is in the room where his office, they try to kill him again, but they just can't, because he knows all.
This is like, I know everything. Here's a script for today's episode.
Yeah, here's the Loki episode 6 script. That would have been fun, but no, yeah. So he's just, I know everything up until this point. And this one I felt like initially I felt his performance. I know he's Emmy nominated or whatever and all this other stuff, but it just felt awkward.
A little too much or something?
Yeah, for me it just felt awkward, and not in a eccentric way, but in a forced way kind of thing. But he's a bit overacting, trying to get that Kang, speech going. But over time, I, bought into it. So just an initial, like, who is this guy? And because obviously Tom Hiddleston and Sylvie and these Lokis, I buy all their stuff, so it just took me a little bit. But he won me over in his speech. And what was he essentially saying, Alex?
He's just like, look, I've done this for a million lifetimes. I've conquered pretty much all of the other Kangs. I've kept all the multiverses away from each other. He just kind of explains the multiverse, saying that all of these things are stacked on each other.
Long ago.
Yeah,
in the future.
In the 31st century, he was a scientist. He discovered the multiverse. He started trading with all of the other Kangs, and the Kangs... Most Kangs were good, and then they got more powerful, and then there were evil dick Kangs, and so he spent his entire life creating the TVA to make sure that Kangs don't meet up, and that there isn't one of those things. And he's like, but I'm done. He's like, there's a point where he's
tired.
like, I'm tired. I've done this over and over. So you can one of two things can happen. You murder me right here, and all the timelines get smashed together. There's multiversal war. Everyone in pretty much every timeline probably dies.
Kang, somebody's gonna rise up in the Kang ranks.
Okay. Yeah. Or you take over the TVA and you continue on with this work.
Yeah.
And
they don't choose that path.
one does.
Well,
One does,
Loki
one
would like to
doesn't.
do
Yeah.
that, and Sylvie would like to do the other.
Multiversal genocide is more appropriate to her. She thinks that her plight is more important than everyone in every timeline.
Yeah, fuck Sylvie. Yeah, they kind of have to fuck her character up.
She's supposed to be flawed, but they took it a little far.
Yeah, but Loki kind of fucked up initially with trusting Thanos, or like doing all this Thanos, subterfuge in the background. And
But he
stuff.
bought into him being a better ruler. Like, he bought in that he was doing the right thing. Like, most of these...
Okay.
Yeah, like, there was
alright.
not a single ounce of her being where she's like, no, overall, this is for the greater good.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm doing this to be selfish.
I get you. I agree with you. Sylvie, little weaker motivations than initial. Okay, so, anyways, they fight because she wants to kill him, and at one point he does. He actually looks scared and worried, but kind of excited too. It's because they passed the threshold, and the threshold is what, Joe?
It's basically now he knows he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Right.
it's
So
all
he
up
can't
to
do
them.
his teleportation power or whatever. If you
Yeah.
fucking kill him, he fucking, or maybe he can, but he's like whatever.
Well, he took his doodad off, and
Yeah.
so he knows he can't do anything.
Okay, so anyway, so they start fighting. Sylvie wants to kill him. Loki wants to just talk for a minute. I'm like, it's gonna take longer than a minute here.
But time is
time.
timey-wimey,
So, but eventually, he stops her. She's teleporting and she's teleporting. They're using her powers, and then looks like she gets him out of the way, brings down the sword around Kang's neck. But then he teleports and she stops because it's Loki. And then with the power of love, he stops her and they kiss. And she kisses him as he tells her that I just want to protect you and make sure you're okay. And he should have just said it. I just want to, so long as we're together, kind of thing.
Yeah, she
He's
says,
in
I
love.
don't care if you
And
just
they
want the fucking throne.
They still don't use the word love. They don't say I don't want it. Right, exactly.
We don't
She's
use
saying
that four-letter L word.
before she was saying you just want the throne, but no, he convinces her at that point. Well, no, not really, because we've got the twist. I was like, oh god, oh love, here we go. Hey, everything is one. But thankfully, that's not the way it goes. She just kind of tricks him a little bit and teleports him away using the little device that she secretly kind of grabbed, and, boop, and throws him back to the TVA. And that's it. And then she knocks the fucking desk around and she's about to kill Kang. She's like, are you going to say anything? Put your final words. And he chooses some great final words.
Yes.
What do you think?
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Which means, oh shit, that motherfucker was
Fucked
telling
up.
the truth. You done fucked it up. I should have worn my you done fucked it up shirt. Because Sylvie done fucked it up. She kills Kang. At least this version of Kang, which are more, it could be the good version of Kang that kind of...
Why didn't she just like enchant him and be like, oh shit, this guy's fucking not lying?
Because Sylvie is fucking dumb in the head right now.
That's
She's
fine.
pissed.
Because what?
Fine.
She's got infinite time.
Well, no, not in this series. They only want to do it
Because she's a
For a
Loki.
minute
an
episode?
hour.
She's a
Oh,
bloodthirsty
yeah,
Loki
yeah,
variant.
yeah.
Anyway, so when Loki gets teleported away, our Loki, he's sad. Loki's sad. And you got the music.
She don't love him.
She does this mean she doesn't love me back and this kind of thing. And
She's
I
using
don't
it for his body.
Exactly. Well, it's good to right. So anyway, so Loki warns. Then he runs over in the TVA, tries to find Mobius, finds Mobius and B-15, and says, "Look,
We messed up.
we fucked up. We found him at the end of time. It was a guy, and I told him not to kill him. She killed him, and now we've got a big threat is coming. Multiple big threats, maybe. But then they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh fuck! It seems like it's a completely different branch than his own." And the camera pans up, and Kang is already openly in charge of the TVA.
Kang conquered.
And he's already maybe conquered, something. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. We'll have to figure it out.
So much.
Yeah, so we got potentially conquer. And he does say conquer at some point.
Yeah,
He said the thing.
I've been called a jerk. I've been called a conqueror. What do you want to bet it was like? It's gotta be what?
I'm
Ant-Man,
a
Star
jerk.
Lord called him a jerk. It's gotta be one of those.
Jerk.
You're
a jerk.
Steve Martin. All right. Anyways, and that's kind of it.
It was too goddamn short.
Smash.
Something
It's
again. Come on.
yeah. I was a little left. I was left wanting. You want to do that with your audience if you're looking for a season 2, but I think a little too much. You have to really sit there and think about it. What you just watched.
Yeah.
In terms of the implications for the future of the MCU, now we're gonna see all this shit in movies. We're gonna see all this shit in television shows. I look at it, like I said before, as remember when we saw Thanos? I'll do it myself. Or he'll smile. Like we get the little things, and then Thanos is fleshed out later on. Here we get Kang super fleshed out. We know what's going on, more than the second tease, and does that mean we're going to have a more developed and interesting villain in the future with, crazy, good performance? I can't wait to see what this actor can do with the evil Kang, attitude. I know he's not going to act like this guy who I was like, well, this guy's a little weird, but I'm excited. There's a lot of potential here, but at the same time, for this specific episode, a little bit, come on. So let's go ahead and give some ratings. First, we'll start with, we'll go around and start with the episode ratings, and then once we're done with that, we'll do a series as a whole rating overall, taking all the episodes.
I'm leaning between 9 and 10. This is a great episode, but again, I still wanted a little bit more. I'm probably being biased, but come on, give me a little stinger at the end or something.
Yeah.
But I still like that it was a great explanation. There's so much to take in right now.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, yeah, I'm gonna go with the 10. I really like this episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can give the finale a 10. There's so much I love about the episode. I think they kind of rushed through the whole, they love each other and they kiss kind of thing. They really went into that.
It's too short.
They explained all the Kang stuff, and I think that if they had done that kind of care and attention to the other scenes of this episode and kind of fleshed more of the stuff out. I want to see more Mobius. I want to see more Ravonna.
Joe, what the fuck? Wait a minute. I just realized there's no jet ski, and you promised that you would lower the score if there was
9.
no jet.
9 out of 10, yeah.
That's just
We all
I'm trying
promised.
not to be biased.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Alex. Is it still 9?
It's a 10.
It's a 10 for you?
It's great right now.
Yeah, and there's a different. I don't think it was a super satisfying ending because it wasn't an ending, but I do think it ended really well. I think it probably capped itself off at about as well, if not the best, of the 3 things that we've watched. So I really okay. We're not doing series. So this episode I'm going to give a 9. Really, really like it. But I wish they'd spent more time with it because we had time.
Yeah.
This is one of the shortest episodes we've watched, and you want to make.
I don't know why they did
your
that.
Your sixth and most important episode is the shortest episode in your whole series. So I'm only taking one away from
For the Jets.
For the jet skis and the time.
Yeah, this one's hard to rate. I could see somebody doing 10 for the implications and Kang and all this future stuff, but you really kind of just have to limit it to this particular episode, and I could totally see a 9. I can even see an 8 a little bit because Sylvie is, acting. I guess it's within her character.
She's blinded by rain.
It's not necessarily out of her character, but she's just kind of like that, a little bit of a piece of shit in that way because she's not a piece of shit. She's just been damaged her whole fucking life, and look, she even before she enters the thing, she's like, just give me a moment. Like, this is my whole life is this moment, and so she only thinks one way. I gotta kill this and end it and take control, but that was the wrong decision. So I guess it's within her character. And it just gives her a nice character flaw that you can hate her for, but at the same time, I still like her, as a character, and how she's going to factor in with Loki is at the end of all this, is he going to get
Fall in love.
that Loki love.
Go fight
It's
yourself.
himself, yeah. Is he gonna get himself off? I don't know. They're gonna get off together. Here we go. Anyways, so yeah, I can see an 8. I can see a 9. They could have fucked it up, and I don't think they fucked it up.
No,
I just thought that there was maybe a little bit more we could have seen and fleshed that out. So I'm gonna also go with a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I think the implications of that he created the TVA so that more of himself won't return, and he's kind of that's very threat level high, and now shit is going crazy, and shit can lead into fucking. All the movies can deal with the multiverse of Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, of course, the multiverse of madness. Guess who opened up the multiverse of madness? Fucking Loki, fucking Sylvie, I mean. Eternals? No, I don't know. The trailer doesn't look like it's dealing with this kind of stuff.
The fuck is that movie doing, by the way? I
don't know.
I love Marvel, but that movie does not look good.
Quantumania, and that's not until 2023. So this is long game stuff because we're gonna wait at least 2 years. But at least we got an extended look at the villain. So, 9 out of 10 for this episode. Let's go series rating.
10. This is like I think this is the best thing that Marvel has done on Disney Plus. I think it's must-watch TV if you're a Marvel fan.
Okay.
I think that the music, the storytelling, I think everything that they did, the implications are really big. Now there's some highs and lows within there, but this is the kind of stuff that I want to watch.
Yep.
I enjoyed it pretty much all the way through. We had nitpicks and things that I didn't end as strong as I want, but I still think that this is like some of the best TV that I'm going to see this year, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
So, 10.
Yeah, one of the best characters. Even though we only saw him for a little bit, he's so memorable.
Movies?
Him too, at the alligator.
Oh, I do miss alligator.
The sets.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Joe wants
but we'll see him later.
Alligator in season 2.
The sets.
Kid Loki will probably see you in season 2.
Yeah, I don't care.
Maybe we'll see. But the sets for every episode were like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sets, visuals,
Everything.
motherfucking
The
old
budget
Loki,
was there.
show stealer. What's his name?
Richard Grant.
Richard Grant. Wow, this is a great fucking performance. This is why Disney Plus exists.
Yes.
This is great format for this new stuff. These are fucking visual comic books. And I fucking love how Marvel is really taking care of their properties, tying things
What'd you give
together.
10.
It is a living comic book. 10 out of fucking 10
Must
for
watch
Loki
if
season
you
1.
haven't already.
It's well worth the price of Disney Plus. So now let's talk a little bit, real quickly about the future. I was, the Reddit is on fire. I was reading some realizations that they're making, and cool stuff. It's like, so he who remains, Kang Immortus, created the TVA to protect the sacred timeline from Kang the Conqueror. It seems. So we're gonna get that in the future. And they also kind of did the Council of Kangs, and they also kind of did the Timekeepers, but then Kang working with the Timekeepers, but then in this version, they were fake, and it was Kang, and it was just great, ties to the comics. Just an amazing ending. So what do you think? The TV, Loki returned to one that was already conquered by Kang?
Yes.
Or it always was run by Kang.
Or are there multiple TVAs?
There's multiple.
There's probably going to be
Well, it is a multiverse, so of course there are multiples. So as soon as, Sylvie killed Kang...
you see in the back, it all starts branching.
Well, I guess that was already branching,
it's
because
already
he
happening,
did say we've already passed the threshold. So it wasn't necessarily the kill, but that's going to accelerate things even more. It's fucking cool. So how do you think this, because this is the first introduction, how do you think this is all going to end? Like, how do you stop Kang? Somebody who knows everything and is multiple time things and has fought and killed tons of variations of Kangs.
Doctor Strange and Loki.
Kang. You're finally at the right Kang. He's talking about resurrection. He already said, I'm going to reincarnation. You have to go out and find the Immortus version of Kang, the superior Kang, and you make sure that he reinstates things as it should be. And he just kicks Kang the Conqueror to the fucking curb.
Yeah, but the way the multiverse is there could be another Kang. You do that Kang, but then another Kang is going to come up, and he's also evil, but there's a good Kang over here. But it's gonna never end. It's crazy. So like, how do you have to do the TVA? You have to do the thing, right? I have fucking no idea. But some people are saying, look, I'm gonna call it now. They prevent all Kangs from ever discovering or communicating across the multiverses. and that will end because you know that moment where he's saying, well, and then the Kangs discover that there are other Kangs, and they start communicating, collaborating, but then there's bad Kangs, and then they start fighting in the Civil War, and then the Multiverse War. So they have to kind of stop the communication between the different TVA. So I don't know how they're gonna fucking stop the communication between.
They'll either kill Kang as a baby, or Ant-Man will get real small and go up inside of Kang, and they go big.
Oh, well, that's what they said. That's what they said about Thanos. And that's not, yeah.
No?
Anyways, I just love the fact that it opens up literally anything.
Yeah, the real.
You want Tobey Maguire? You got it.
Emo.
You want fucking what?
Venom with Topher Grace.
Emo Venom?
No.
Or emo Topher Grace? You got it. I mean,
can we just get redos on like Thor 1 and Thor? If we're doing crazy shit, can we just be like, hey, Thor 1 and Thor 2 didn't happen because those movies were bad? Oh no, it's not.
I doubt it though. Yeah.
Topher Grace, you got it.
Fantastic Four.
You want?
That's what I call loosening up.
You want Sony Universe to mix with the MCU Universe? Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, and you got it.
What if the next season starts with and it's the X-Men cartoon starts? It's like, let's go. That's how we introduce the X-Men.
But
the real villain's gonna be Miss Minutes. That's gonna be the real.
Shut up.
It's gonna happen.
Stop it.
Shut up.
And this is all because they didn't want Hulk to take the elevator.
Yes, true.
Oh man, it's a fucking mess. But anyway, shit, man, it's just.
It's all over the place.
That sort of power hungry, genocidal, Kang versions that has conquered multiple timelines and basically burned the universe.
I'm gonna be pissed if they start pulling. There are power levels in the Marvel universe that I never think are like. I don't like any of the things that are so like reality changing stuff. Someone snaps your fingers and then everything. Yeah. And so if they're just like, oh, Kang gets, one above all just decides that he didn't want that shit to happen, so it never happened. The end. I will be pissed.
That could be a colossal fuck up. So, anyways. But I mean, we said that about this series and this.
Well, they've done well. They've done really well so far.
Done well. So, guys, put in the comments where you fucking think this is going. This is obviously an Avengers threat level, the new Avengers or whatever. Because we've got several Avengers dead. We've got several Avengers missing.
That timeline's gone.
Is it exactly? Which means in the battle. You could have fucking, Tony Stark come back. You could have fucking Captain America come back.
Antonio Stark.
The actual actors.
Captain Puerto
Too
Rico.
expensive. We'll get their stunt doubles.
They're like, Tony Stark. The Revengers could show up, Joe. That is us, Captain Puerto Rico and Antonio Stark. And, what is it? Brute?
I was Brute.
Brute.
I am Brute.
I am Brute. They could show up in the MCU. You never know. We could have a cameo.
It's a possibility.
They did call us. No. Damn it, you just revealed. In another universe, they called us.
What's a lower than a doctor? What do we call it?
A nurse?
I get a nurse weird.
Nurse weird.
Nurse
OJ. Nurse OJ.
Veterinarian weird.
There you go.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this content, if you like us reviewing these, please support us with these links down below. Join our Patreon, gives us a steady income so that we can do all these. YouTube join button, merch. I think in the future we should do like a shirt, for each kind of series. If the series is good, but it's hard to know if the series is good or not. You know what I mean? But I would have liked a Loki shirt or something like that. And now, Kang Gang. That's good. Anyways, thank y'all so much. And it's exciting. And I guess the very next Marvel thing is what? What is the next Marvel release? I think it's...
Wasn't it that... 10 Rings, right?
You mean movies-wise? You mean on Disney Plus?
Oh, Disney Plus.
Just anything. What's next in the Phase 4? Eternals, right? Or Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
What is it?
No, it's just
the Legend. Yeah, Shang-Chi. And then Eternals. Okay, well, y'all let us know. I think it's Shang-Chi and then the Eternals. And then I think Loki season 2 probably before Quantum Mania.
Yeah.
And then
There's got to be movies before that in 2022. There's probably a bunch of them.
yeah. All right. Well, let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe show.
Right,
Bye,
guys.
guys.